Hello, everybody. My name is Shigo Matlala, and today we're going to learn about Swift together. I've been using a MacBook for some time, and I'm learning Swift, and that's what I wanted to do together. So it's going to be a long video because I want us to cover everything that is here. And there's a lot of content. There's a lot of it, but it's fine though. I think it's fine. So yeah, that's literally what I want us to do today, and just to cover it out together. So the first question is, what is Swift? So what we learn here is that Swift is a new programming language for iOS, macOS, watchOS, and tvOS app development. Nonetheless, many parts of Swift will be familiar from your experience with developing in C and Objective C. Well, the first thing, I didn't really understand what C and Objective C was, so I had to look it up. And I'm from the background of C++. That's what I've been coding a lot on. And obviously, I wouldn't say I went for the professional side, but yeah, I was trained a lot in C++. So that's what we learn about. Obviously, we know C++ comes from C. So I think I searched the difference here. Difference between C and Objective C. I'm trying to be very gentle on how I type because I know it can get very loud. And so, yeah, I wish I had an external keyboard that I could use because I'm just worried that as I type, it's going to be loud. And C++. Let's see the difference. C plus, oh, let's see. In C++, structs and classes are treated as the same. In Objective C, structs and classes are not treated as the same. I've noticed this, and I thought about it at one point and trying to differentiate between the two, because obviously, to an extent, I don't know why, but anyway, I don't want to drift out of topic here. So let me get back to the lesson. So okay, that's what we see here. Many parts of Swift will be familiar from your experience for developing in C and Objective C. Swift provides its own version of all fundamental C and Objective C types. Swift provides its own version of all fundamental C and Objective. Okay, I don't know what those fundamentals are. Okay, let's see. I think they explain it here, including int for integers, double and float, and double and float for floating point values, bool for boolean values, and string for textual data. Swift also provides powerful versions of three primary collective types: array, sets, and dictionary. I don't know what a set is. I don't know what a dictionary is. I think all that I know is what an array is, as described in collection types. We'll get into that in the future. So let's see, like C, Swift uses variables to store and refer to values by an identifying name. Swift also makes extensive use of variables whose values can be changed. Ooh, I see this now. Swift also makes extensive use of variables whose values can be changed. I think I like this at one point. I think they're talking about constants here. So as we may be able to see, these are known as constants and are much more powerful than constants in C. I wonder what's the difference in them. Like, how powerful could they be? Because obviously I know a constant is a constant, but then when it comes to this, how come it seems as though this constant is a bit 2x? I don't know. What we learn is that these are known as constants and are much more powerful than constants in C. I wonder what is the difference, honestly. Constants are used throughout Swift to make code safer and clearer in intent when you work with values that don't need change. Okay, in addition to familiar types, Swift introduced advanced types not found in Objective C, such as tuples. Obviously, we know a tuple is a database concept in my understanding. I guess it's my first time that I learn of a tuple in Swift or in a programming language, but from a database point of view, I know what tuples are. Tuples in database. In the context of a relational database, a row, also called a tuple, that's what I know a tuple to be, but then obviously we know a row can have multiple data types. And I think in a programming language, we're talking about something similar to a JSON object. That's what I think we're talking about here. Oh, I think that's what they were trying to do. No. Okay, so I think that's what they were trying to do here. Swift also introduces options. You can use a tuple to return multiple values from a function in a single compound value. I think this is essentially a JSON object, but then obviously created in a Swift way. Swift also introduces optional types, which handle the absence of value of a value. Optional types which handles the absence of a value. You know, as I was looking at Swift, I started to think a lot that it's similar to TypeScript. Or either TypeScript took from Swift, I don't know, but then they look similar, they feel similar to an extent. Optionals say either there is a value and it's equal to X, or there isn't a value at all. Okay, I see that. Using optionals is similar to using null, nil, with pointers in Objective-C, but they work for any type, not just classes. Not only are they optional, safer, and more expressive than nil pointers in Objective-C, they are at the heart of many of Swift's most powerful features. Okay, cool. Okay, that's nice. Swift is a type-safe language, which means the language helps you to be clear about the types of values you can work with. About the types of values your code can work with. Okay, I see that it's type-safe language. I guess what I understand about this, okay, now they're going to explain it further. If part of your code requires a string, type safety prevents you from passing an int and passing it an int by mistake. Likewise, type safety prevents you from accidentally passing an optional string to a piece of code that requires a non-optional string. That's what we're seeing here. So then that's what type safety means. So hence I thought of it like TypeScript, because obviously TypeScript has type safety. I think that's the main feature of TypeScript, honestly. No, I wouldn't say it's the main feature. There's more to it than that, but in my little 2 cents of understanding, I'll say that's one of the main features of it. Type safety helps you catch and fix errors as early as possible in the development process. Cool, so now this is where the coding begins. I'm excited for this part here. Constants and variables. So what is a constant? I've been trying to use this playgrounds here. So I'll just go ahead and delete everything. Ooh, I might have deleted something important. Let me just do my undo there. It says import UIKit. I don't know what UIKit is there, but let's try what happens if we remove it. And just say var test me. Hi there. Okay, it seems as though without this UIKit, oh, print test me. Okay, cool, it works. I don't know what the UIKit is for. Honestly, I don't know. We can do undo several times, just check what it is for. Import UIKit. I don't know what this is for. We don't know what you're doing here. What you are doing here. I hope my keyboard is not loud. I'm sorry if it is. Cool. I don't really know what this is for, because for some reason we can do what we want to do without it. I don't know. We'll get to know it with time, but obviously right now we are on constants and variable. Let me try to zoom this text editor here if it's gonna zoom. How do we zoom in? How do we zoom in here? Format, font, bigger. There's no bigger, there's no style, there's none of those things. How do I then zoom in? Contains, no, I want to, this is find here. How do we zoom in? Copy paste refractor. I don't know what refractor is. Well, I know Ooh, we're onto something. Okay, cool. We managed to zoom in. So yeah, let us play a little bit with this and see how we can, how do I hide this display here? Cool. I'll just leave it like that for now. So we have hide there, that's what we just printed out. So now we're on constants and variables. So I think that's what I can look into for now. And I'm sorry if my keyboard is loud, it's fine. For now, I guess constants and variable associate a name. That's what a constant is and a variable is. You know, one of the things that I thought about as I was looking at this, I don't know why, but I thought a constant is a variable. I thought declare a constant variable. But then what I'm liking about what they're teaching us here is that there's some sort of a difference between the two. You don't just jump in and say constants and variables. And I like this. I really, really like this. I like how it is designed this way. Yeah, I really, really like this. So let us get into it. What are constants and variables?